Well, Preston, it's hard to believe that someone using a hatchet to try and rob and harm someone could not face any consequences. But per state law, a child under the age of 12 is incapable of committing a crime. On a hot summer day, Green Lake is the place you'd expect to see kids cooling off in the water. Not a neighborhood where you'd expect to hear what police say happened on a King County Metro bus.
The victims were riding the Metro coach number 45 southbound on Wallingford Avenue North. They were receiving a degree of taunting from the suspects regarding their perceived race and their perceived privilege.
Officer Eric Munoz says 10 kids ranging in age from 7 to 17 surrounded the 5 15-year-old girls and demanded their cash.
The 7-year-old having a hatchet, that's alarming. It's terrifying.
Yes, it's very alarming, and because a hatchet can be potentially used as a deadly weapon.
Police say one of the older suspects also had a baby with her. After the 5 girls tried to get away, they chased them to a nearby ice cream shop where they took refuge and called 911.
As you can imagine, if you're a 15-year-old, you're essentially just getting transportation. You do not expect to be the victim of an armed robbery with a potential deadly weapon.
But even if police catch the hatchet-wielding 7-year-old, the child won't face any charges despite the severity of the crime.
The 7-year-old is not culpable of a crime, not until the individual reached the age of 12.
And those 10 kids ranging from the ages of 7 to 17, police have not made any arrests. They are still searching for those suspects, and they're asking for the public's help. If you know anything, to call police right away. Live in Seattle, Hannah Knowles, back to you.
Seattle police are looking for a group of teens accused of armed robbery in the Green Lake neighborhood and for threatening 5 15-year-old girls on a Metro bus. Hannah Knowles joins us live tonight. And Hannah, one of the suspects, a 7-year-old, police say was wielding a hatchet during the robbery.
Yeah, Preston, a 7-year-old who had a hatchet on him during this armed robbery. We know there was 10 juveniles from as young as 7 to 17 years old. They approached 5 15-year-old girls who were riding on the Metro bus. This all happened in the Green Lake area. They were on the Route 45. That bus route. They approached them, demanded money. They started taunting them, kind of making fun of them. They actually got off the bus, and that's when they stole some of the cash. Those 5 girls, they then ran off, tried to get away from the suspects, and then they started chasing them. The girls, they actually went into a nearby ice cream shop. They called police. They were so scared, but just hard to imagine that a 7-year-old had a hatchet. We did talk to the police, to the Seattle Police Department tonight. They tell us that, this is a dangerous household weapon. The fact that a kid that young had his hands on a hatchet is extremely alarming, especially as we see this trend of juvenile youth go up across King County. We're seeing reports of things happen all across our city involving very young kids. So this is something the police are actively investigating. Those suspects, they have not been caught. They do not know who they are. The 5 girls who were 15 years old, thankfully, none of them were hurt. They did take some cash. We do not know how much cash. We also don't know if the 2 groups of people knew one another.
So, Hannah, is it right that this 7-year-old wouldn't face any charges even if they found him?
Yeah, that's right. Under state law, a 7-year-old cannot commit a crime until at least the age of 8, and then there's the age of 12. So, but yeah, under state law, I did talk to police. I asked them those questions. We also talked to prosecutors tonight, King County prosecutors. They say that, a 7-year-old can't be charged with any sort of criminal or legal crimes. If anything, they'll call Child Protective Services if they do catch this 7-year-old. And they are investigating and asking for the public's help. If you know anything about what may have happened, to call the Seattle Police Department right away.
All right, Hannah, thanks for the update and the developments.